Hey y'all, welcome back to another video on my channel. Huge news, the debacle of this game week, the repercussions after this game week, the FA Cup final, Arsenal winning the league. I'll tell you a really emotional story about Arsenal and me personally, because I get a lot of ridicule because of my bias. So hello everybody, hope you all had a fantastic weekend. It was a brilliant weekend of football. The FA Cup final happened. Even before the FA Cup final, bruh, Aston Villa whooped Liverpool 4-2. Oh my god, what's happening to Liverpool? What is happening to Liverpool? Szoboszlai doing his best to recreate the Gerrard sleep. I mean, god damn. What is happening to Liverpool? And you know these niggas this Liverpool might miss out on Champions League football because if they lose their last game of the season to Liverpool's last game of the season is let me just pull this up, right? If Liverpool lose their last game of the season, Bournemouth just drew with Man City. Remember that. So they're only 3 points behind Liverpool. So if Liverpool lose their last game of the season, Liverpool have Champions League football because the goal difference is massive. Liverpool are on 10, Bournemouth are on 4. So unless Bournemouth win by 6 or more goals, that's the only way they could go on top of Liverpool. But even if they won, they will be on 59 points and Liverpool will be on 59 points. But Liverpool's goal difference is better than Bournemouth. So maybe they've been saved by the goal difference. But then here's the plot twist. If Liverpool win their last game of the season and Aston Villa lost their last game of the season, Aston Villa will drop to 5th. And with Aston Villa dropping to 5th, that means the extra Champions League. If Aston Villa dropped to 5th and won the Europa League, the 5th Champions League spot will go to 6th, right? Which looks like it's Bournemouth at this point. Bournemouth are a brilliant team, by the way, especially with the result yesterday. Oh my god. So let's just get back to the fixtures in order. Aston Villa. Aston Villa, Liverpool. Aston Villa whooping Liverpool thoroughly 4-2. What a result. The FA Cup final, I just have a few words for that. Very boring game. Chelsea never looked like they would score. Man City winning 1-0. It looks like it's the final trophy for Pep. And what an order of events, right? Pep is leaving Man City as Mourinho is joining Real Madrid. So Pep is leaving as Mourinho is going to Real. And this is just a conspiracy theory. I don't know. But I have a feeling Pep is going to Barcelona. Who is Barcelona's coach at the moment? Hansi Flick. I think it's Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is a good coach, don't get me wrong. Hansi Flick is an amazing coach, fantastic coach. But he's the type of coach who is like, let's attack. They'll score 2 goals, but we can score 5. That's the type of coach Hansi Flick is. And with Pep available right now, Real Madrid took Mourinho. I feel like Pep could go back to Barcelona. Conspiracy, I don't know anything. I'm just conspiracy. Take it with a pinch of salt. I feel like Pep will be going back to Barcelona. On to the next games. Man City beating Nottingham Forest. My captain, Bruno Fernandes, equaling the assist record, winning Matt Busby Player of the Year, Man United Player of the Year, goal of the season going to Dogu for the Arsenal goal. Brilliant, by the way. Brilliant. Had a lot of controversy, but it was a brilliant goal. In this game, Bruno could have had 6 assists. What's happened to Brian Mbeumo? I'm not worried, but that was that. Morgan Gibbs-White, Elliot Anderson playing amazing. And here's the twist on this game. Nottingham Forest have Elliot Anderson, right? He will leave Nottingham Forest by the end of the season. The rumor was he's going to Man City because there's a lot of movement around Rodri. The rumor is Rodri will be going to Real Madrid. So they wanted Elliot Anderson to come replace Rodri. But now with Pep leaving and Enzo Maresca coming in, all of a sudden, Man United is looking like a more attractive option to Elliot Anderson than Man City. Because Arsenal are not looking at him, Liverpool are not looking at him, only Man United and Man City are looking at him. Don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic player, brilliant player. He will be an amazing player for any team he signs for. I mean, he was the three players that stood out in that game are Elliot Anderson, Bruno Fernandes, and Lisandro Martinez. Those were the best players in that pitch, and Senne Lamens, of course. But those are the four players brilliant in that team. Here's my take on this. I don't mind Elliot Anderson, but I also don't mind if we don't get Elliot Anderson. But then I look at the past. We missed out on Bellingham. He went to Real Madrid. He's doing great things. We missed out on Declan Rice. He just won the league with Arsenal. We have another chance at Elliot Anderson. We missed out on Grealish. He went out, won the treble in Man City. We have a chance to correct all those mistakes with Elliot Anderson. He's a brilliant player. He's a fantastic player. We need about 4 midfielders, I'd say. I think we'll get 3, but I think Man United, we need 4 midfielders. At least 3. Elliot Anderson, maybe Alex Scott, Angelo Stiller. It's a midfielders market. James Garner, Onana, who's the guy? Baleba, the guy at Crystal Palace, Chouameni, Camavinga. It's a midfielders market this season. Even Enzo Fernandez is leaving Chelsea. Rodri could leave Man City. We don't know, but I feel like I love Elliot Anderson, but I wouldn't be. I also look at the steals we could get. If West Ham get relegated, they have Fernandes, who I think is a brilliant player. Bournemouth have Alex Scott, brilliant player. I'm not convinced on Baleba. He's had an iffy season. Onana at Everton. No? Is Onana at Everton? No, I don't know. Let me just search. James Garner at Everton. Onana. What team does Onana play for? I don't know. Let me just confirm. Aston Villa. Sorry. Onana at Aston Villa. He won't be cheap. There's so many midfielders in the market this season. Granit Xhaka could leave Sunderland. I wouldn't be opposed to him coming to United. Has a little experience. Brilliant. I don't mind that. So yeah, congratulations to Bruno, my captain. This is a special dedication to you, oh captain, my captain. I hope you stumble upon this. And if you do, Bruno. He's from Sporting like Cristiano. He goes left, he goes right. Makes defense look like shite. He's a Portuguese magnifico. Bruno! He could have had a couple of goals himself. But yeah, so congratulations to Bruno. Brilliant. Yeah, so getting back to the games. Sorry, I had lost my screen. Brentford drawing 2-2 to Palace. Honestly speaking, I didn't watch these 3 games. Brentford 2-2 to Palace. Leeds beating Brighton 1-0. Wolves and Fulham drawing 1-1. Those are kind of non-games, except for Brighton, because Brighton still have a chance to finish in the Champions League spots. But honestly, I feel like that's going to Bournemouth at this point. Wolves Fulham 1-1, non-game. Both teams know their fate in the league, which is fine. Sunderland, this is one game I didn't really watch it, but I feel like had a ripple effect on the Premier League. Sunderland still have a chance to get into the Conference League. They beat Everton 3-1. I didn't watch the game. I don't have enough analysis for it. But the repercussions, if Sunderland finished in 10th, they don't get anything. But if they finish in 9th, they go into the Conference League. That will depend on how Chelsea play on the final day. But Chelsea beating Tottenham yesterday night, okay. Newcastle whooping West Ham 3-1. It looks like the relegation fight will go on to the last day as well. There's a lot to fight for because West Ham are only 2 points behind Tottenham. So if Tottenham lose on the last day and West Ham win, they're safe. But then if Tottenham win and West Ham lose, and if Tottenham win and West Ham win, Tottenham is safe, West Ham will be going down, which I'm not opposed to, and this is just being selfish. I don't like Spurs. I honestly don't like Spurs. But I'd rather Spurs stay up and West Ham go down because the players at West Ham, ooh la la, West Ham has some good players. Fernandes, Bowen, Somerville. I wouldn't be opposed to Somerville. The left back, I think it's Diouf. Some really good players at West Ham. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Arsenal beat Burnley 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. And that goal, that header from Havertz. Havertz has this thing about him. He comes up with clutch goals. The Champions League final against Man City. Today, a couple more that I can't really recall, but the header, what that header did Arsenal favors on favors on favors because of this following result: Man City 1, Bournemouth 1. So now mathematically, Arsenal win the league. Mathematically, because even if Arsenal lose their final game and Man City won by 10 goals, they'd still be 1 point behind Arsenal, and that will mean Arsenal win the league. So it's official mathematically that Arsenal have won the league. They haven't been handed the trophy yet. I think they'll be handed the trophy tomorrow. Not tomorrow. This weekend. The final game week when they play against Crystal Palace. This is something I want to say. Okay, let me save it for the end of the video. Bournemouth 1, Man City 1. Man City looked worn out because Bournemouth had 12 days of rest. Man City only had 2 days after playing the FA Cup final, which wasn't as really high intensity, but then emotionally and the adrenaline rush, it's draining playing at Wembley. I understand how the players were feeling. It is draining, even though the game wasn't intense, but it is draining. Chelsea beating Spurs 2-1. Chelsea hates Spurs. Chelsea are the ones who stopped Spurs from winning the league in the season when Leicester won the league. There's a lot of rivalry in that game. And I want Spurs to stay up. And this is just because of selfish reasons. There's no player at Spurs that I'd take at Man United. Maybe Kudus. Who else? Matty Steyer. Maybe them too. But no, Mickey van der Ven, hell no. Romero, hell no. No, I wouldn't take any other player in Spurs at United. Honestly speaking. That's why if West Ham go down, we can get some bargains in that bridge. You feel me? Anyway, yeah, so just congratulations to Arsenal for winning the league. Even before playing their final game, it's been 20 years. 20 years. Just think about that. And I get a lot of flack here in Kenya because I'm a Man United fan with Arsenal bias. And the reason why I have Arsenal bias is because my mother, Arsenal fan. My father was an Arsenal fan. My brother, Arsenal fan. My other brother, Arsenal fan. The other one is a City fan, whom I'm trying, he's a grown-up now, so I can't really convert him. But, you know, you see a pattern here. My stepfather, Arsenal fan. All these people that I care and love for, that I care for and love, are Arsenal fans. And off the top of my head, I remember one time when Man United beat Arsenal 8-2. I don't know if you all remember that game when Rooney scored the same free kick. Welbeck shone all over Arsenal. I was celebrating the goals, and my brother almost bit my ear off. Don't get me wrong, he almost bit my ear off. And I'm not an Arsenal fan, but this title, for me, I will dedicate it to my late dad, who passed away in 2014, right? And I remember that Aguero moment. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to. Honestly speaking, this might get pretty emotional, but I think I can carry on. That Aguero moment broke me personally because I live, breathe. I love football from the bottom, from the depths of hell, from the depths of my heart. I love football. I know what football has done for me, watching it and playing it. Football has got me through the darkest times of my life. And I love football, and I love Man United. That Aguero moment, honestly speaking, broke me, and I cried when that moment happened. And at first, we're winning the league, then we were winning the league at halftime. Then the second half comes, City do a massive comeback, and it was just a lot for me. And that moment broke me. It broke me so bad, it did. And I remember we were in the house watching the games, and my father was celebrating because it's rivalry in the house. I'm a Man United fan, they are Arsenal fans, and my brother and my father were Arsenal fans. So we were watching the games in the house, and that Aguero moment happened, and I was silent for a minute. Then my head dropped in between my thighs, and I could hear my father celebrating and my brother celebrating. And out of nowhere, I just stopped, and both of them came and they hugged me. They were like, "It's okay." Like my father called me Baba. I was like, "Nisawa Baba, you'll win the league next season. See, you win it every season. Let another team have it this season. You will win the league next season." And he hugged me, he comforted me. And most of you will say, "Why are you crying?" Because of football. But it's football. This is magic. It does something to you. When you don't have an outlet, when you don't have, you watch a game and you get all your stress out, your stress about school. One thing is going your way, and one thing for me that always went my way was football, and my father understood that. So he celebrated every Man United league win with me, even if he was an Arsenal fan. And you could say, yeah, he was my father, it's the obligation, but he didn't have to. It was all friendly competition. He had all the chance to be like, "Stop being a bitch, it's just football." But he celebrated all that stuff with me. He bought me the Rooney shirt, AIG, with the black stripe on the top. He will buy me Man United jerseys every year, knowing good and hell well he's an Arsenal fan. He supported me in my Man United journey, and that's why it hurts me that he's not alive to see this. But he's in heaven. Obviously, you can afford to eat milk and honey for dinner. You can afford to pay for DSTV in heaven. Maybe even he was at the stadium as a ghost. You never know. But my father will tell me about Henry, Arshavin, Rosicky, all these good players who played for Arsenal. His favorite player was Santi Cazorla, and he hated Olivier Giroud. I remember every time Olivier Giroud will come to the pitch, he will be like, that bugger. Oh man, I'm trying to fight these tears. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera a lot. I'm really trying to fight tears from coming down. This win, I just wish he was here to see it and celebrate it with my brother. Just hats off. My team captain, he's an Arsenal fan. Enjoy this. I said in the beginning of the season that I think Arsenal will win the league. Not because I had any information prior, not because I love Arsenal or anything. It's just every season, if it's not Man United winning the league, I'd rather Arsenal win the league. My best friend tells me that I'm a closeted Arsenal fan. Maybe I am. I don't know. I don't think I am. Well, congratulations to Arsenal for winning the league. I predicted this in the beginning of the season. Raila Odinga died. And he did die. He had to die for a reason, man. He had to die for a reason. You all couldn't have let him down like that. Anyway, see y'all on the next one. Peace.